Hello everybody, welcome to this month's Knoxville Real Estate Market Update for June 2020. I've got the data, I've got the numbers, and I'm going to give them to you right now. Welcome back to All Things Knoxville with me, Ben Barredo, your East Tennessee real estate pro and relocation specialist. If you or someone you know is looking to make a move, no matter where you are in the country, give me a call. I can most definitely help you out by providing unmatched customer service and market knowledge, as well as techniques and training and technology that will ensure you, as the client, land where you want to be. Also, if you're watching this video on YouTube, please like and subscribe to support this channel. And if you're on Facebook, make sure to go to my business page and follow me and give the page a like. Your support would mean the world to me. So if you've been paying attention, you know that this market, since about 3, maybe 4 months ago, has been a roller coaster. The numbers are way up, then they're way down, but there have also been some constants during all of it. First, let's quickly review the national numbers and then we'll move over to the local. Realtor.com's June housing data reveals that despite continued declines in new listings and showings of home sales, home listing prices have continued to show growth. Additionally, larger metropolitan areas fared better than other markets across the country due to higher growth, lower declines in newly listed properties, and less stagnant housing inventory. However, with interest rates at an all-time low and buyers returning to the market armed with post-quarantine housing appetite, inventory still is the Achilles heel of this market. Nationally, inventory decreased 27.4% year over year, and that's a faster rate of decline compared to the 19.9% back in May. This amounted to the loss of 363,000 listings compared to June of last year. The volume of newly listed properties in June decreased by 19.3% since last year. While well below last year's levels, the rate of decline in newly listed properties has improved at 44.1% year over year in April to a decline of 29.4% last month. However, the weekly progression of the data shows that the rate of decline of new listings has not changed much over the 6-week period ending in June 27th. While more sellers are comfortable entering the housing market compared to April, the lack of inventory moving forward doesn't look promising for the upcoming last 2 quarters of the year. Now let's quickly compare the local market to what's going on nationally. But before I do that, if you haven't seen last week's video, you can check that out when I talk about the history and the differences between the various areas of Knoxville. Just click right here. So let's talk about Knoxville's active listings. We've just hit the lowest inventory count of all time. Unless you count the days when our Knoxville's MSA was a lot smaller than it is today. There's not much to be said about this, except although new listings are coming onto the market, they are being purchased so quickly that they simply don't stay in the available listings pool very long. This shows a 31.4% decrease in the number of active listings we had this time last year. Closed units have seen a big spike from May to June. We expected this since last month we saw a big spike in pending sales. We have now hit the highest number of closed units ever sold in the month of June, just over 2,000 sales. This represents a 12.7% increase in units closed over last June. As expected, fewer listings and more sales means we are churning through inventory like never before. We can now say that we'd run out of things to sell in 7 weeks if sales remained at their current pace and if no new listings entered the market. That translates to little more than 1 month of inventory. Low supply and high demand continues to put upward pressure on sale prices, which have now reached an average of $260,000. Compared to last year, this is an increase of 7%. Some appraisals are having a hard time keeping up with the price buyers are willing to pay. And if you've been on the market at all, I'm sure that you have dealt with this on your own. We just had another spike as large as the one last month for houses under contract or pending sales. There will likely be an even larger number of closings in July than we saw in June if these contracts stick together. Pending sales are up 23%. That is record breaking. Take a second to think about that. Even as we are seeing a rise in COVID cases, we are still seeing an outrageous demand for houses that is making it impossible to keep inventory on the market and driving home values up faster than appraisers can track them. If you're thinking of selling and you're waiting for the height of the market, this is probably it. There likely isn't a better time. You need to call a real estate agent. You really need to call me, message me, text me, email me, send me a letter or a telegram. Let's make it happen for you, for your family, for your future. Okay, so the average days on market hasn't moved very much over the past 3 months, and my guess is that it won't go down much further than this. It simply takes time to go through the closing process. I think the number we see here in this market simply reflects the time it takes to move a file from under contract to closing. It doesn't reflect the time the property actually sits on the market available. We're roughly around 35 to 40 days, meaning homes are selling in less than 10 days. Showing represents a very interesting stat though. Although we saw a big increase in pending and closing business, we saw a drop in the number of Coldwell Banker showings. My theory is that there are fewer listings available to show and it's taking fewer showings to sell a house. And we have virtual technology out there that buyers are also finding helpful and eliminating the need for people to go and actually see a home in person. So the translation is we are at a strange place where the market is very fragile, yet for homeowners and for home sellers, things are really looking good. Now, if you're a seller that also needs to buy, and you're having to sell before you're buying, it's extremely hard to make that happen. Luckily for you though, I have various strategies that will help most homeowners in this situation. So if you'd like to learn more about that, please give me a call. Look everybody, we need homes to sell. It's a crazy time, but the one thing that will help is to build up the housing inventory. So if you're thinking of selling, you should talk to a professional and a lender today to see if you can make it happen. With record sales prices and record sales time, if your home is in a move-in condition, not overpriced, and in a good location, it will definitely sell. I guarantee it. Let me know what you think. Remember, watch last week's video right here. And if you have any questions about anything we discussed today, hit me up at the contact information right here or in the description. That's really it for this market update. Thanks for watching, and you guys have a great day.